Hello, fellow citizens of equatorial cyberspace. This is Radio Democracy, Rhinania's last free voice, reporting live from downtown Hammerville on June the 14th at 1400 hours East Time. This afternoon's programme will feature an exclusive interview with Rachel Nadadi, a representative of MSF. Thank you so much for being with us this afternoon, Rachel. Now, my first question concerns the role of MSF on the field in Rhinania. What camps is MSF involved in, and what is MSF doing in Rhinania?
So MSF is involved in 7 locations right now as of the month of June. So Camp 1 in Acacia, we discovered that conditions improved thanks to increased expenditures from the UNHCR, and they're currently moderate. Same actually goes for Camp 2 as well. There are apparently PFLZ guerrillas continue to operate in Camp 1 and 2. So there has been security forces deployed, but we're still waiting on more forces to surround the camps and make sure that it does not get worse. Camp 3 in I think northern Acacia, also conditions improved and right now are currently good. Therefore, it's not a priority for MSF to increase our infrastructures there. We want to focus on the places which actually really need our help. Like I said, Acacia North, we also have a camp there, and it's also good in the same sense. One that actually worsened was Acacia South. So we are discovering cases of tuberculosis and measles. There has been conditions which deteriorated. Therefore, MSF is gonna, thanks to our funds from our donors, going to upgrade its infrastructure, going from small to medium. Hopefully, that will help with everything, especially the measles outbreak and the tuberculosis cases. We discovered that Beta East province conditions are moderate right now, but they are deteriorating because there has been IDP flows coming from Beta West. We are involved there and are trying to figure out with ZARED whether or not we're going to need to upgrade our infrastructures to welcome the IDPs coming in. So Zarville, we actually upgraded our infrastructures in June. Unfortunately, the conditions are still very serious, so we are planning on upgrading it to large, to becoming bigger and be able to give out more aid.
And why MSF? Why should international donors donate aid and money to MSF as opposed to donating it to other organizations?
I believe MSF is actually an organization that's very neutral, and I think in a conflict like this where so many parties are involved, it's very important to have someone who actually defend this commitment to neutrality. We are also an organization which focuses on health being one of the main asset of human life. Everyone needs to be in good conditions, now and after the war as well. Therefore, MSF is actually going to be able to do that, and I think that's probably one of the most important things that we need to focus on in a civil war. Of course, education comes in, of course, long-term development, but as of the civil war itself, we need to focus on short-term right now. And then later on, when peace negotiation will be done and everything will be settled, we probably will focus more into long-term development. But so far, MSF needs the money and needs the funding.
And what have been your successes and failures so far?
So I believe that one of our main failure was not to get involved right from the beginning, but now we're really trying to balance that out.
And what does the future look like, do you think, for MSF programs?
Okay, MSF programs depend a lot on, transportation systems, on, the help of our donors. It depends a lot on coordination. It depends, on ensuring that camps are secured. I think so far there has been efforts to prove that security is important, and camps have been strengthening the security. Improvements have been done for sanitation. Therefore, this is a strength for MSF anyways. One problem would be transportation. I know in Acacia, because we are very involved in this, we've got 5 different locations there. There has been issues with transport. Apparently there's been strike happening against government because of economic problems and developmental ones. So MSF has actually been very impacted by that because our medical supplies cannot be delivered properly to camps. So we actually have a problem with that. And we already messaged the Acadian government who actually asked us to help with Camp 1 and 2. We are going to upgrade Camp 1, Camp 2, Southern Acacia infrastructures that we have already. But to do so, we need the government to be able to face the challenges with the transportation system.
If there's a message right now to send out to the Rhinanian people, what would it be?
You're in a civil war. You can't get something done quickly. It involves so many people. Everyone's concerned. not only civilians, even though they are the ones being touched the most, but everyone. So I think maybe stay put in that sense, keep being patient. Things are being done right now by everyone. Everyone is trying to do things. Like, be patient, things will get better.
And what could the international community be doing to help your cause?
I believe the international community could help by funding, by giving more funds to like programs, not only ours, but just NGOs in general, because everything works together, right? So if an NGO improves something, like it has been done with UNHCR, everything will improve conditions. Therefore, if you give it to us, then we will be able to improve the medical assistance needed. If you give to UNICEF, they will be able to help with children, and so on and so forth. So I think like international government need to work together to improve the conditions and to solve the humanitarian crisis, or at least try to improve it.
And what was the objective of the NGO meeting that occurred last month on the 16th of April?
So I think like the main aim for this meeting was like transparency and to make sure that there wasn't going to be overlap into what NGOs would do as an action. So like they wouldn't be doing the same thing and everything would be coordinated perfectly.
What is your opinion on the PFLZ introducing a 20% tax to create a distribution of food and supplies?
I think adding a tax to like camps which are already overtaxed is going to be problematic. There's going to be less help provided. There's going to be problems with like medical assistance for us, but there's going to be issues with also the food and everything like that. And because of malnutrition being the main problem in like all the equatorial cyberspace, I think like increasing the tax would be bad. It would not help, even though I understand their motive, but like it would not be helpful to solve the humanitarian crisis. So I don't mean to be against them by saying that. MSF does not take side. However, we do remain strongly like against, I guess, a tax on things that remain necessities. But we want to make sure that everyone understands we are willing to help in either rebel-held camps, but also government camps. So we do not make a preference towards who governs the camp. We only want to help the people in the camp.
Well, thank you so much, Rachel, for your time. It has been an absolute honour to have you on our show, and I will let you get back to business.
Well, thank you to Radio Democracy for this interview, and we really hope that, well, MSF can help in this crisis, and we hope that the message will be transmitted.
And that concludes our programming. If you would like to continue to listen to Radio Democracy and support our cause, please send us donations. For a united, democratic and free Rhinania, this is Radio Democracy signing off. Thank you and have a good afternoon.